call to order the Stormwater Utility meeting. Roll call for treasurer. We do have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
All right, review of the minutes for December 15, 2025, please.
You're supposed to do the election first.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, election of Stormwater Board President 2026.
I'd like to nominate Joe Haley to keep his position.
I'd like to second that.
Well, thank you. All right, we have a nomination of Joseph Haley on the floor. Do we have, and it's been seconded, it was nominated by Councilor Bowling, it was seconded by Councilor Hancock. Anybody else? Any discussion why I shouldn't be the president? If not, let's vote on it. All in favor? Aye. Let's see, the ayes have it unanimously. Thank you very much. I will serve this board, Stormwater Board, with dignity. Thank you very much. All right, now review of minutes for December 15th, 2025, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from December 15th, 2025.
We have a motion on the floor for review of the minutes for December 15th, 2025 by Councilor Bowling. Do I have a second?
Second it.
I have a second by Councilor Haley. Are there any addendums, deletions, subtractions, anything like that from these minutes that we should be taking away or adding to? If not, let's vote on them. All in favor of approving? Aye. Those that opposing? Approval has it. Aye, let them be passed. All right, old business, current projects. I'm unaware of any current projects being January right now that we have. So we'll go on to the next point of things, which is President's Points for new business. The only thing I have to admit is that we will be passing an APB transaction list, and to me that's a lot of money, $176,000 almost. And I'm very proud of this board to not only help the Board of Public Works and Safety or the Parks Board, also in tandem with that, but to help with the paving and such is what that money is for, to beautify our park and to keep it nice, and stormwater issues, because it gets really ugly if we have stormwater issues, if there's flooding and things like that going on, so plus you can't use it and whatnot. So I'm very happy that everybody's working together in tandem on that, okay? So financials, our treasurer Newhouse, fund reports. All right. Well, let's first approve the payroll distribution detail for $582.90, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve payroll distribution at $582.90.
I'll second that.
We have a motion on the floor to pass the payroll distribution detail for $582.90 by Council Bowling. And we have a second one by Councilor Hancock to pass $582.90. Any discussion? Anybody want to say anything or against? If not, let's pass it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposing? If no opposing, well, now let's go on to the biggie. The APB transaction list for $175,898.73.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the APB transaction list and $175,898.73.
We have on the floor a motion by Councilor Nolan to pass the APB transaction list for $175,898.73. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Phillips. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? The ayes have it unanimously. All right.
I'd just like to thank everybody who did so much to make all of this happen and to make the park look as nice as it does. 'Cause I know a lot of work and many hours went into all of that, and I really appreciate everything that everybody did for me.
Well, very much so, and I'll I'll second your thanking for that. I'm very pleased that the Stormwater can use their funds in tandem to help out anyway to beautify and make this city go stronger and more smoother. Anybody else? All right, if not, petitioner comments by the citizens. Any comments by the citizens? If none, I need a motion to adjourn this meeting, please.
I'll make that motion to adjourn this meeting.
We have a motion by Councilor Bowling to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
We have a second by Councilor Vogt. All right, so be it. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for doing it again next year.
Thank you.
How are you ladies this evening? Good. How are you? Hanging in there.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I know.
I love our Josie buildings.
Okay,
So, but I want that one.
sounds good. I'll be back with my shit.
Okay.
You need to have pictures.
Okay.
That's our block, yeah, that's
You'll have to make the H.
Let me ask her, see what days it falls here.
Okay, when did you have to take? Because she's involved already and she's coming back. Thank you for doing my
Yeah, very nice.
Good.
5 minutes.
Oh,
Thanks.
no,
I think I'm gonna have to make my cousin look at the 60.
Yeah.
you know. What is somebody named that?
Yeah, Kirkwood was,
You're very intently looking over something, wasn't it?
Oh,
which
just,
I mean,
Oh,
reading.
oh, okay. I thought that
standing outside in the cold waiting for Bob's to
2025.
When yesterday. Oh my gosh, so funny.
Did you have the number to state all you guys here, Mendoza?
Yes, he will be going,
Yeah.
he will be going to probably,
Georgia Tech, is that?
who is?
Georgia Tech is what?
You're talking the younger one.
Oh, you're
I'm
talking
talking
to
about the
them?
younger ones, not standardized.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it just popped up.
Well, they, another quarterback got off to a portal,
Make them look so clear.
so,
Yeah.
Last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That portal was something else, isn't it?
That portal was something I did not know that. That just popped up on me.
Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna be taking his brother's place.
Big
Yes,
pictures through time.
that's it.
Wormhole type of thing, yes.
I'm so sad.
It's a wormhole.
Get tons of spam.
do time and space continuum.
Ooh, that sounds really
I love that.
complex. I just don't know.
Unfortunately, these are not checks, so I don't think there's any.
They're not.
You see,
Probably like our W-2s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Thank you, ma'am. Becky, I did get my thing turned in
Work
today.
for
so-
it.
No, this is not, this is fighting back. I'm totally tired.
Is this for
I guess I'm sorry for this boy. Ooh, that just disappeared.
Mr. Mayor, is our chief going to be here tonight? Is our chief going to be here tonight?
I heard him.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking.
I knew he wasn't feeling well last.
Right, so he was here today. I did not actually speak to him. Did you get your file number?
You don't have to have one anymore.
It would be nice if they tell.
I
us
know,
that.
wouldn't that be nice?
No.
Yeah, because I called them, they said that's something that, they said they realize it's still on the form, but that's not something that's necessary for you to have to put on there.
How long did it?
Yeah, and after I was
That's
trying to,
just stupid.
you know,
Sorry that you had to go through that.
yeah, so. Anyway, it's all good. So if they put their own stamp on it, so then I won't have to worry about it. There it is.
Melissa, which one did you say that we could possibly do by name? It's the noise. So can you do this one? Does it need to be read?
My hands are cold.
It's cold outside.
Did you bring the cold?
Kids excited. Let's go.
I'm feeling tense. I see you feeling better. My wife left for Christmas.
They're still delicious.
Half the box of
I said half the box of chocolate, the almost gone. Still on my table in the kitchen.
Wow.
So last week, I was good at all.
25.
20?
And we still had a day to go. Yeah, that's crazy. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Sorry, my hands are cold. Say one. Hands one.
Oh, excuse me, I'm a little tired right now.
Well, staying up watching the game?
Well, not only that, my 8-year-old woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. It is,
Yeah.
so I guess it's-
Maybe you go back to sleep?
Oh, no, unless somebody curls up right next to me. So, and then he'll get asleep.
Very nice to wax out of my ears. I'd like to call the City of Southport January 2026 City Council meeting to order. Thank you all for coming. Looks like we have a quorum. We'd all please stand and face the flag and recite the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Larry Grinstead will do the invocation. Paging Larry Grinstead. Good evening, sir. Would you kindly do the invocation for us?
I certainly will.
Thank you. Thanks for coming tonight.
Stand right here.
You can stand anywhere you want.
May we pray, most wise and eternal God, we're grateful for this opportunity. We thank you, God, that all government and authority has been established by you. We thank you, God, that each person in this room understands the charge that they have to make the best decisions for every citizen of this city. So, Father, I ask you now to give them wisdom, give them understanding, allow them, God, to see further than what they have ever seen. Give them revelation that they can move together as one unit to bless every citizen of this city. We thank you, Master, now for every one of these leaders that you have charged to do a mighty work, for their decisions will forever impact somebody's life. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay. Chief. Okay, customarily in January, we elect officers, and at the city council, we need to elect the president of town, of the city council. I will open the floor for nominations for president of town.
I'd like to nominate Carol Bowling as city president.
I have a nomination on the floor for Carol Bowling.
I'd like to second that.
Okay. Any other nominations? Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Superman, Chief Ball. Chief Bond. I heard you today, but I didn't see you. Yeah, it's been a rough week. Okay, if there are no further nominations, I'll close the floor for nominations. All those in favor of Carol Bowling as president pro tem?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed? Congratulations, Carol, you're
Thank you very much.
president pro tem for 2026.
Thank you.
We'd turn our attention to approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from December.
We have a motion on the table to approve the minutes from December's meeting. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that one.
Thank you by Mrs. Haley. Any changes, corrections, additions, anything at all? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, the minutes have been approved. Chief?
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
We had 4 laterals in the process. We lost 1 lateral to, he got a full-time job with ICE, and that was Cisco. We have, out of the 3 left, 2 are out of FTO, and 1 is still in the middle. So he's doing well, it just needs a little bit more time. I'm trying to read Nate's writing. Since I was sick last week, he did the meeting. Officer Johnson, the one who does our salvage titles, she had a vehicle accident. A Citizen Energy truck backed into her while she was directing traffic.
Oh, crap.
So spoke with the insurance today. They're getting the claim set up for me so we can get the car fixed. I think it was about $1,900 worth of damage. So we got that done. I know Wednesday night they did a demo for the new body cameras versus the old. The big difference, I think, if anybody saw that, is going to be the night vision. Our old cameras had night vision, which made everything bright and pretty. When our officer-involved shooting happened, one of the things that we learned was that is not a good thing, only because it looks like you're watching a TV show instead of what the officer could actually see. So the new body cameras are a little more grainy, they don't have night vision, but it's more of what the officer is seeing so that you get that representation of what he actually saw and not what the camera saw. So the other cool thing about it was they could do the side-by-side. So if we have two officers on an incident, it records the same incident just from their different viewpoints, which is very helpful if we're looking at like a use of force or something like that for an officer. We can see both angles, see more angles than we would just off the one. So those are up and they've been running well so far. Assistant Chief Nate Williams finished up his instructor qualifications to be a firearms instructor, so that'll be 2 or 3 we have on the department now, which is good. And then him and Captain Justin Davis completed armor school, so they can work on all the weapons that we have now. The other 2 things we have for the police are the fireworks ordinance and then the Southport noise ordinance that we need to get approved tonight. You pick which one you want to start with.
I'll start with the shortest one.
Okay.
Let's go with the fireworks. Okay. And I think the other one we're just gonna do by name only.
It's pretty long, yeah. And on the fireworks, if you guys remember right, after 4th of July, we had a couple residents come in and were upset with the fireworks in the city. A lot of that is established by state law, so there's not a lot of that we could change. A couple of the things that we did do was the distance they have to be from their neighbors' yards. They can't just fire them off next to them. And then the second thing was it's their responsibility to go to the neighboring yards and clean up the mess, because if you remember, she brought the bag. And so that's really the only changes we made to the state law for the fireworks.
Okay, so 2026 annual compensation of municipal employees, ordinance number 2026.01. Fireworks ordinance, consumer fireworks using, igniting, and discharging limited. It shall be unlawful for any person to use, ignite, or discharge any consumer fireworks as defined in IC 22-11-14 at any place in the consolidated city except during the following times. 1, on June 28th through July 3rd, between the hours of 5 and 2 hours after sunset, except for on July 4th, being between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 midnight. On July 5th through July 9th, between the hours of 5 and 2 hours after sunset. Number 2, on December 31st and January 1st, between the hours of 10 and December 31st and 1 a.m. on January 1st. Number 3, fireworks should be launched no less than 25 feet from the neighboring property. Fireworks should be aimed straight up in a safe manner. Fireworks that have fallen on neighbors' property are properties that should be cleaned up by 5 p.m. the following launch. Violations of this section are subject to the following enforcement provisions. A, for the first offense in any 12-month period shall be subject of omission of violation and payment of the civil penalty in accordance with Chapter 103, fine of $75. B, for the second offense in any 12-month period, the civil penalty is fixed at a minimum of $500 under the provision of Section 103-3 of this code. And C, for the third and subsequent offense in any 12-month period, a civil penalty of up to $2,500 shall be imposed under the provision of Section 103-3 of this code. And that's it.
Question, did you say anything about July 4th specifically? I heard July
Yes.
20.
July 4th, July 4th between the hours of 10 a.m. and midnight.
Okay. 20 to the 3rd, 9th.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to suspend the rules, so that because it's ordinance.
I have a motion on the table to suspend the rules. I hear a second.
Second.
By Mr. Bowden. Can't remember if we voted.
Yeah.
We vote on it.
Okay, all right.
Don't vote on it.
All those in favor?
It's gotta be unanimous.
Any opposed? It was unanimous. The rules have been suspended. You want to go ahead and make the motion to approve the amendments?
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 2026 .01.
We have a motion on the table to approve the fireworks ordinance 2026.
We didn't do questions, man. Questions. We didn't do questions.
No, because we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Oh, yeah. I was making sure we didn't get a second. Okay.
Second the
Motion
motion.
has been seconded.
Discussion.
I just want to make sure. This says the 28th. I just looked up that code and I think it says the 29th. Is the Indiana start date? Is that?
On the state law, or is that
Yeah.
Indianapolis?
Well, yeah, I think in the state law is 29th.
I'll have to look at that. I don't
Okay.
remember. So you're saying we have the 28th and you think it's the 29th?
This thing that pops up, I sort of reviewed it,
No,
but
that's fine.
that's what I'm, yeah, okay.
I mean, it says the 28th through the 3rd. of
Yeah,
July.
that's great, it starts the date early. Okay.
I like that. Might give us a break.
Yeah, I can double check.
Okay, thanks.
Any other discussion, questions, comments? Good point, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Ordinance 2026.01 has been approved. Next one.
And so the next one is ordinance, Southport noise ordinance 2026.02. And are we reading it or doing it just by name?
I think you can do it.
Okay.
The whole thing.
If
These have
you-
been already approved by the Board of Public
There
Works.
was really no changes. One of the things that we did with that ordinance is we cleaned it up. The ordinance was from like 1940, so it had like whistles and, yeah, it had all kinds of different things.
Dog cards.
Yeah, so we took a lot of that doesn't pertain to us out to make it, what is it, 3 pages now instead of 5? But other than that, everything else in there is pretty much what we currently have.
So what do we do next?
Right, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules, please.
We have a motion on the table to suspend the rules. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed? The rules have been suspended. Would you like to motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the ordinance number, Southport noise ordinance number 2026.02.
We have an ordinance, we have a motion on the table, not an ordinance to approve Southport noise ordinance 2026.02.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley. Any further conversation, discussion, questions, anything at all? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The Southport noise ordinance 2026.02 has been approved. Moving on, sir.
Yeah, did we put the year-end stats on their drive? Yeah, we put them in. Okay. On Wednesday's meeting, they went over the year-ending stats for 2025 for the police department. Just a couple of things. Can we put that on there for them? Well, I'll put it, or I won't. Alyssa will put it on your guys' drive so you can see it. I think it's really interesting to look at. It breaks down, a lot of it's traffic stops and stuff. I know that's been big. I talked about it last month because I know the RDC had some questions on it too. But it breaks it down by state. We had 743 state tickets, 1,511 local ordinances. We gave 1,185 warnings. So our total citations were 2,254 for the year, with total traffic stops being 3,439. So those numbers, but as you go through it, he's got a Major Roush does a really good job of putting this together. It's got a lot of pies and graphs, so it's easy to read. But it also showed you the trends of the speeders that we catch and that kind of stuff. It also breaks it down by race, something that supervisors look at to make sure, there's not a specific race that's targeted or anything like that. So all that stuff's in there. Then it goes tickets by month, tickets by time, that chart. And then he also has one on here where it's ticket dispositions. So it shows whether they just admitted to it, they defaulted, it was dismissed or pending. So a lot of that, and then he's also got patrol stats in there with, like the number, they took 128 accidents last year, 867 assist runs, 311 vehicle tows, incident reports was 138. They did 15,144 business checks last year. Patrol hours were about 8,439, and FTO hours training someone was 1,397. So it really does break down how the year went. We actually have accidents, tows, so all that stuff's in there. So we'll make sure it's on your drive. If you guys want to look at it, if you have any questions for me next month or anything, I'll be happy to answer those. Jafia does our salvage titles. She's upset because she did break her record of 101,000 last year. She was about 99,000. So then she had a bad day and they hit her car. So I gave her a break on that one. But we'll make sure you guys get that so you can look at that. On the public works side, we had a leak out in the men's outdoor bathroom. It was one of the toilets. So we had a $2,000 water bill. Bob's got that fixed. We have no more leaks, so hopefully we've addressed that. Crossing our fingers we don't plow anymore this year, but we're ready if we do. The new snow blower is pretty cool. It has reverse, turns for you. Yeah, I could actually use it. Other than that, everything, we're still working with the contractor on the handrail to finish that up. So the design's done, just waiting for some weather where they can actually get out there and get that finished.
Did they add some to it?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, they're going piece by piece. They manufactured as they were going.
Is that right?
Each one has to be bent a certain way because it's different levels and that kind of stuff. So it wasn't as easy as task as I think they thought it was going to be.
Is that why it was so expensive?
Yeah, and if you remember right, that one there, it's $34,000 less.
Yeah, I know the first one. And they were like, I remember they asked you, well, what do you prefer?
Yeah, because remember one was almost like 170,000
Yes.
for the handrails or something. Yeah, it was crazy.
Handrail.
Yeah. The only thing I see with this one is it's that black tubing, so, after a while we'll have to have the same blasted and painted again. That project will not be closed out until spring. So once spring hits, we'll see how the grass is growing, whether they gotta put more seed down or sod. And then, we'll do our walkthrough like we always do to see anything else that needs to be fixed. I think it looks really good. Like I said, I hate that we lost the parking spots, but I think it's much safer for our seniors over there to be able to get up and down. They do complain now because it's longer. They have to go up and around. They're seniors. What else we have to do?
Exercise.
Other than that, that's all I have. Let's see if I have any questions.
I thought Nate Roush did a good job while you were out.
Presentation.
The cameras and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Their presentation.
Yeah, they're both really good at, Roush is really good at, like I said, the statistics, but he's been a main part in the body cameras too, so, yeah, those guys really know what they're doing on those.
Can those be used for like, if you saw a car parked on a sidewalk, you just want evidence of it? Can
Yeah.
you take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so as they're rolling, there's a button they can push and it takes a snapshot of it, so it'll take a picture inside the recording itself. So, yeah, I mean, technologies came really far. And this one here, we can even set it up with the GPS. So since their cameras are on, not videoing, but on the entire time they're working, then they hit the button and it'll go back 30 seconds. So if something was to happen, you hit the button, we would capture 30 seconds before that incident. Now, there wouldn't be any sound, but you could see it. But you could actually GPS and set the control route for the whole shift. So there's just so much stuff you can do with them. Any other questions?
The stats are on tonight's meeting. If you wants to look at them when you get home.
Oh, thank you.
Is there still, are they looking at doing a flashing speed limit sign at all? Or?
Yeah, we've looked at a couple. The last sign, if you look at the signs that are solar, so that we don't have to go put gas and move them around and all that, we're looking at some stationary signs. They're in between $4,000 to $6,500, depending on how you look at them. So AC was looking at some grants. We're trying to partner with the school to see if we can use some of their grants to put some of those speed limit signs up near and around there. Again, I'd really like to get some on Southport Road, but
Yeah, I mean, your tickets, the tickets are good, but
Yeah.
that's just too many.
yeah, oh no.
Yeah.
And that's like I said, one meeting, if I had an officer on every corner, we'd still be writing tickets all day. It's like they don't get it. I don't know. So,
Thanks.
you're welcome. Thank you, Mayor.
Sure, thank you. Redevelopment Commission, I don't see Mr. Petracca. Heather, would you like to?
Yeah, so the redevelopment commission met last week. Rick is retained as president, I am vice president, and I believe that Russell took the role of
Yes.
secretary to kind of begrudgingly, but we strong-armed him into that. And we are still down a council member pick. So if you have someone in mind, or if you don't, please try to find one, because we could definitely use another person on the committee. We have started working on the items that were in the budget that was approved for our spending plan for this year, which includes some beautification projects. The biggest one is that Chris Payton and I went to a banner company in Shelbyville and talked to them about banners that are going to go along Southport Road and possibly along Madison Avenue in the redevelopment district that are part of that spending plan. Chris actually ordered a couple of brackets. And then once we get those and it warms up a little bit, we're going to have somebody from that sign company come out, make some recommendations on how to hang them, where to hang them, and bring some samples of banners for us to look at. And then I think that the other big thing that's going on right now is in the newsletter, there is a QR code to a survey. Please encourage anyone in your districts to take that survey. It's just, I think it's like 10 questions that are basically like, what do you like, what do you don't like, what would you like to see in the city? We're just trying to get any kind of feedback that we can so that we're putting together a plan going forward that includes what people would like to see in the city.
Any questions for Heather?
I also want to let you know there is a QR code on Facebook too, and I did see that just a few days ago. So.
Oh, yes. We had talked about having it put on the Facebook page as well. I did not realize that it had actually gotten there. So it is online as well, but please encourage people to complete that. It should only take a few minutes.
Heather, it's also on your RBC page on the website.
Oh, okay. Well, it's there too. So it's lots of places.
Thank you.
Just the one thing I wanted to say about that is to reach out and have people do that. The statistics that they were giving, which I'm sure they can change by now because it's on different stuff, but on the newsletter, 750 newsletters that went out, there was 11 responses back. That's not very well accepted. I mean, just reach out and give us some information, what you want, what you're thinking of. Take the time to do that QR code and give us some input. That's it. That's all I got.
One of the things about the banners that you mentioned that I thought was interesting, that you said that a lot of the businesses were going to try and do that and not just have an expense to be a Southport,
Yeah,
but
so-
maybe some of the businesses were going to do that.
So actually, none of the businesses have been contacted yet, but we've discussed reaching out to the businesses. So the RDC can only pay for banners within the redevelopment district. We would like the banners to go all the way down Southport Road. And we are going to work with Southport Flag Project to make sure that we're not, they actually, when we mentioned this, they were actually excited about this because the cost of flags keeps going up. They have to replace them more frequently, and they're not getting the money in like they used to when they had a donation jar at Long's. So what we're talking about is having some banners on signs, or on some of the signposts, but also having the flags on other ones, so we'll alternate. But we also talked about allowing businesses to purchase advertising on those banners to allow us to be able to provide them all the way down Southport Road. So lots of moving parts. Banner design has not been agreed upon yet. This is just one banner company that we've reached out to. We haven't made a decision that this is who we're going with. The banners that company provided did say that they last about 4 years, which we thought was pretty good timing. But we are preparing a letter that we will send out to local businesses once we've agreed upon what that letter should have in it and how much it should cost for them to participate in advertising on those banners.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Heather? Okay. Elaine, would you like to talk about the parks?
Well, on a snowy, cold Saturday in December, had an abbreviated visit. He was able to come to the park, and thanks for getting the parking lot plowed for us. There was about 10 to 12 families that came, and the reaction was we needed to have it. Those families felt very blessed by having the event there in the shelter house. They had pizza, they made decorated sugar cookies, and they had a visit with Santa. So it, even though it was small, it was still, we would say it was we met a need, and that was what was very important. We have also transaction with election. Kinsey has rolled off the board, and we thanked her for her service. And Sarah Altman has now joined the board as a new member. She's a relatively new member to Southport, so I think she'll be a great addition. We're gearing up for Easter, trying to get our Easter bunny lined up. Probably going to take the same approach with the scrambled eggs and sausage again, and then with the candy, since there's multiple Easter egg hunts going on that day. So, trying to get some good food in some bellies before they get all that candy, I think is a good idea. Also, starting to send out follow-up letters to anybody who participated in the 4th of July parade, to get them on board, to get them, here's the date, if you want to participate. We've also reached out to different schools to try and get, cheerleaders, bands, and things like that. So that work has already started. We are still not giving up on ADA material for the playground. We are probably going to have to try and get grants. The cost increased ridiculously amount from when it was done in 2017. So I'm not giving up on it, because I think that will be a real plus, especially with the older pieces of equipment that are grandfathered in. I think if we can make them as safe as possible, that's a good start. And then we'll have our spring cleanup. So love to have you come out and help us. So.
Any questions for Elaine about anything?
Elaine, I did have one thing. You did mention at the last meeting about the Halloween and the conjunction with maybe Southport United Methodist Church next year. My only thing that I heard several people in my area say that they hope that what Southport had next year was not on actually Halloween,
Oh.
because so many trick-or-treaters didn't come
Right.
to their home, and so many of the older people especially really look forward to seeing the kids, and they just weren't out in numbers like they were because
And I
of
think it
the
just
Sunday.
happened, that it happened to be that a good day on Halloween, and so we jumped on it, so. But I think next year we are gonna partner with Southport Methodist and probably Southport Heights and not have anything in our park. Because, it's just.
How would you partner with both of them when
We would
you're
just have, we
Have
would
two
put a
different-
tarp, we would put a trunk.
at both places?
Last time they were on 2 different days.
Oh, they're on two
Yeah.
different days? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other
It's
questions?
sad
Sorry.
to not have it at the park, but, okay.
Any other questions for Elaine? Okay, thank you, Elaine. Moving on to old business, welcome packets. Anybody need a welcome packet? Jeff, do you know if anybody moved into number 10? I don't see a lot of activity.
Their kids said like February, they're gonna move in, they're painting or something.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I talked to the kids, parents never came out.
That's great, isn't that real family? It's hilarious. Okay, new business, move on to the financials, fund reports.
Let's see, I'd like to make a motion to approve the fund reports from December.
We have a motion on the table to approve the fund reports for December, subject to audit. Do I hear a second? Second. Seconded by Mr. Haley. Any questions, comments, anything? What do you see there? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, the fund reports have been approved. Moving on to the bank reconciliations, Old National and Trust Indiana.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Old National Bank checking and savings account.
We have a motion on the table to approve the Old National Bank checking and savings account reconciliations. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Haley. Any questions, comments? Anything at all? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The checking and savings Old National reconciliation's been approved. Trust Indiana.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Trust Indiana savings account.
We have a motion on the table to approve the Trust Indiana savings account reconciliation. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, split it.
Ladies first.
Mrs. Hancock.
Susan, yes, Susan.
Susan won. Any discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Trust Indiana savings account reconciliation is approved. Moving on to the payroll claims register.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the payroll claims register in the amount of $27,554.18.
A motion on the table to approve the payroll claims distribution of $7,554.18. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Vogt. Any questions, comments, anything else? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed?
No, I said aye.
Okay, good, just checking. The payroll claims has been approved. Moving on to the accounts payable register.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the accounts payable register in the amount of $300,626.24.
We have a motion on the table to approve the accounts payable voucher in the amount of $300,626.22.
I'll second that motion.
Mrs. Haley, you win.
What did you go back?
Goodness.
You guys are on it tonight.
Karen, any questions, comments?
Part of that 300,000 is the stormwater of $108,000+. Correct?
Yep.
That's what I'm, all those out there, TV land wondering why we spent $300,000 plus tonight, because it's usually bigger. That's why. All right,
All right,
excellent.
anything else? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, the accounts payable register's been approved. Moving on to the payment authorization for the clerk treasurer, resolution 2026-2.
Resolution 2026-2, payment authorization for clerk treasurer. We, the common council of the city of Southport, do hereby authorize the clerk treasurer to pay certain obligations prior to the city council meeting as follows. 1, property and service purchased from the U.S. government. 2, insurance premiums. 3, utility payments. 4, grants utilizing use of state and federal funds. 5, maintenance or service agreements. 6, leases or rental agreements. 7, bond payments. 8, payroll, including remittance of retirement payment obligations and health insurance premiums. 9, state, federal, and county taxes. 10, postage and refund of deposits for the community room rentals. Furthermore, payment of salary for elected officials except the clerk, treasurer, and the mayor will be on the last scheduled payroll date of the month. Payroll schedule for the clerk, treasurer, deputy clerk, treasurer, mayor, chief of police, patrolman, and public works supervisor will be 1/26 of annual salary paid bi-weekly. Payroll schedule for hourly employees will be set forth by the clerk treasurer so that employees are paid bi-weekly according to the 2026 payroll schedule. This resolution will expire on January 18, 2027. And that's it. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2026-2, payment authorization for clerk treasurer.
Excuse me, we have a motion on the table to approve resolution 2026-2, payment authorization for clerk treasurer. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley. Any questions, comments?
I'd just like to thank Alicia for all she does for us.
Absolutely.
If there's nothing further, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The payment authorization for the clerk treasurer for 2027 has been approved. A lot of comments from council members. Mrs. Haley, would you like to start?
Well, even though I am wearing a Purdue thing, but I will tell you what I did watch the IU game last night, so go Hoosiers. So even though I am kind of kissing up to some people is what it is. They are playing tonight against UCLA, so go Purdue and go IU. Thank you all for coming tonight, and I hope you stay warm and stay safe during this cold weather because I heard next week it is going to be below freezing again. So,
I'd like to thank everybody for all the work that they're doing, police department. Also, I'd like to really say my disappointment in not having the trunk or treat at the park. It's an event that's been going on for a long time, and to walk away from it, I'm just sharing my disappointment. It's a lot of work, but I think it's something that's worth having, and I do understand that there's other surrounding areas that are having it, but it's nothing like having it in your park. So that's it. I'll get over it. Thank you. Maybe.
Will she? Will she?
Anything else?
I'm done.
Okay. Mr. Haley?
Well, I'm going to have to say that I wish everybody a happy new year, and we've got one in the books here, and when everybody works together, chief, and mayor's office, and our treasurer, city council, everything, we run smoothly. So we put our own attitudes, our own behaviors, everything behind us and press forward to the good of the goal of everything. Thanks for everybody's hard work. Thank you.
Thanks for doing the stand at the park. Our kids enjoyed it, but we happened to be fortunate enough they could walk there, so it was pretty bad weather.
It was.
And thanks for showing up, everybody.
Since this is our first meeting of the new year, I just want to wish everybody to have a wonderful 2026, and I just hope everybody has a lot of blessings this year.
Public comments.
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank everybody for their contributions. All of those who did contribute towards the police dinner. I think it went really well. They did surprise us, Heather and I. Yes, we appreciated that, but we don't do it for the recognition.
You deserved it. You deserve it.
But, so, put it in the back of your mind that we will be doing celebration for them again.
Give them already.
Well, you know,
Save your pennies, right?
that's right, you know, if you want to set aside $1 a month, you know, that's $12 to contribute towards the police.
Or $1 a week.
$1 a week, you know, hey, you know, all that they do for the city,
Exactly.
you know, and we are part of the city, you know, I don't think that's too much to ask. So just, I'll hit you guys up every month. You can just give it straight to Alyssa, she'll put it in the funds for us. Yeah. I will say that I'm a little sad about the trunk or treat too. My granddaughter will have her first Halloween this year. Of course, she won't be ready for candy, but you know, it's kind of sad to say, oh no, we won't be taking you to that one, we'll have to take you somewhere else.
Well, we are having the fall festival this year, so.
Okay. But like Carol said, tradition, you know. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Other public comments? Yes, ma'am.
Is it time that I can ask something?
Yes, it's time. You can ask something.
Okay. I have concerns when I see fire hydrants with bags over them, do not use or unavailable or whatever, and I don't know exactly what all that means, except, you know, it doesn't look like it could be used, and so I don't know who to talk to about that. I did go to the fire department on Stop 11 and talk to the chief, and he told me that it wasn't their jurisdiction, but the water company.
Right, Citizens Energy.
And
we've
so
already
does
talked about
Southport do anything
So
about that?
Yes.
Yeah, so all the ones that have bags on them are ones that we've called in. I know she's been yelling at me for months now, we one off of Lotus. So when you talk to them, they have over 500 fire hydrants that don't work.
What?
They have over 500 fire hydrants that aren't working. They're either, the valves are broke, it's not getting water or something. So once they get those, they bag them, they go on the list. That was about 4 months ago or 5 months ago, they were on McLaughlin. There were several over in that area that they came and fixed. But there's still several in the city.
Yeah, Lotus has been there a long time.
Lotus has been there a long time. I've called them 4 times on that. My answer I always get is it's on her list. She won't tell me where that 500 I'm at, but I'm on a list. But they are aware of it and have had several issues with it.
I asked the chief about it, he said that, I said, what would you do? He said, well, there's always a hydrant within 500 feet of
If it
what?
works, right.
Yeah,
you're right.
if it works.
So just over off of South Street, Walnut, Market and all those, we had 6 in the summer they came and fixed. So his theory of there'll be, the next one might work, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have worked right there.
Right.
But they do a nice job of painting them every year.
Well, I hadn't noticed that, I just noticed the bags, the one on Lotus has been there quite a while, and he asked me if anybody was calling it into the water company. I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah, if you see something like that or have a question like that, you can always reach out to me. Usually I do that on the public works side. But
Okay.
yeah, we have a list of the ones that we have. And usually every couple months, we'll call and say, hey, what about this one, what about that? And it's still always the same answer. They're
Maybe if enough
short-staffed.
citizens call.
Yeah, you could call
I
them.
think that there's merit to that, you're right, it's squeaky.
But Citizens Water is the one who's responsible for the fire hydrants flushing.
Patty, I do know that there's one further down, when you go toward Bud's house.
Oh,
There
okay.
is one, and there is a open fire hydrant down in that.
That works. Like the one across from my house doesn't anymore.
They don't have a bag on it.
So, and one of the issues we had, I think it was Southport Road, we had 3 or 4 that were leaking. So they came out and fixed those right away.
Oh,
So if they're leaking, we seem to get a quicker response than if they don't work at all. But they did come out pretty quick on those. Well, one took a couple months, but it was quicker.
So if your house catches fire and they've been notified and they haven't come out and fixed it, and your house burns down, can you sue them?
You can try to sue citizens if you like.
Can you picture the bag before you commence your lawsuit?
Probably not, because what she said, that they've said that there's like one within 500 feet of a
Right, but if
neighbor.
there are 6 of them in the area that don't work.
That's true.
Does anybody check to see if the fire trucks have 500 feet of hose?
Well, you know, we had a fire over there where the park is, that blue house right there. The funny part about that is the address is actually Main Street, because the front door is facing that way. So when we called them, we said, make sure you come down Derbyshire, because that's where the fire's at. Well, they went to Main anyway, because that's the address. Well, the fire hydrant on the corner didn't work, but the one right in front of the house that we called them to did work. So if you just came here the first time, we could have hooked up and had it out. But- So we know, I think there's like 8 right now that we have on our list that are either bagged or we know are bad, that we're trying to get them to come out and
and
fix.
then when they put the bag on it, how do you find out? Does somebody drive around and look at them, or how do you guys find out when they put the bag on?
Usually by driving around.
Driving around?
Yeah, they don't ever, Citizens is terrible about contacting you on anything. I mean, it's a one-way conversation. We scream at them and they say, okay, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's normally, like I said, the leaking ones will get a call. But yeah, the bags we go by. And normally after we call them, it's usually a week or so, you'll go by and there'll be a bag on it. So they know it's there. They've tagged it and they've put it on the list. When they were on McLaughlin, we talked to them. They said what they try to do is wait till there's an area so big that has so many of them, and they send 3 or 4 crews out and then fix all those at one time. So if you have like one in the city and that's it, it could be forever before they come and fix that. But again, until you turn them on, you don't know if they work. That's the bad part. You know, if they're not getting water. But I don't know if that answered your question. But that's the best answer I got.
I didn't know who.
Yeah, if you just call here, we'll get in contact with them.
I think it has to do with priorities too, because my daughter lives in University Heights, and she had a bag on front of hers, and she lives on State Street, real close to the university. And so she called the water company and kind of got the same thing of, you're on the list. She called the university and said, I'm very concerned about this for the university as well. It was fixed the next week.
Yeah, a lot of times it depends on.
So I think it kind of depends on.
Apartment complexes,
Yeah.
things like that, schools and stuff.
Yeah,
We could say Lotus is close enough to the elementary school.
yeah.
I'll try that one. I'll try that.
Whatever works. Thank you for mentioning.
I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
In the past, a lady used to drive around,
Joyce?
huh?
Joyce?
Joyce, yes. Is anybody doing her
Yeah,
job?
Tony Cooper is now.
Okay.
He has a little Prius.
Okay, so that person, does his job to say something if people have 3 or 4 cars in their backyard?
Do they have a privacy fence up?
I
If
don't know,
it's
I haven't
something he
seen the
can-
cars from the street.
You can't see him from the street? Okay. Do you know the address?
It's on Lotus.
Lotus. Lotus is going
One
on.
of the
There's
things, if
only
they're
about half a
plated,
dozen houses.
What?
if they're plated,
Yeah.
there isn't anything that he can do right. Is that the correct
Well,
answer?
no.
If they're plated?
Not with the new ordinance where you can't park on the grass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, if they're legally plated and they were parked in the driveway or gravel, then no, there's nothing we can do. But being parked on the grass, yes, he goes over. We have to give them a notice first.
Oh, the
and-
people.
Yeah, so we usually give them a notice, and they usually have between 10 to 14 days, depending on what the infraction is, to fix the problem, and then he can go over and then start citing them for it. But I'll have him drive by there and look for the car.
It's on the north side of the street,
North side of Lewis?
the north side, and it's a couple houses maybe from the west.
Okay.
And they've been there a long time, and I don't know if it's me, but it seemed like at that time, we were having a lot of hit and runs in the city, and then all of a sudden I saw these
Cars in the back.
cruising in the backyard, you know.
Hide them out, maybe?
Just seemed kind of odd to
Yeah.
me. And I know in the past, Joyce, we had 3 cars in our driveway and only 2 drivers, and she talked to us about it, you know,
Yeah.
that we needed to make sure and everything. And then I didn't see her anymore, and I saw
Yeah.
cars adding up, and so I thought, well,
She retired and went to West Virginia with the rest of her family and stuff, so she's out
she
there.
was very nice.
Yeah, she was great. Tony's very nice too. He's Tony will, yeah, he's a talker. Tony usually goes up and talks to you first and tries to help you out before he starts doing any infractions or notices and that
And
kind
what
of
kind of
stuff.
car does she drive?
It's a little Prius. I can't
There is
remember.
a red and a blue one.
Yeah.
Red and blue?
Red and blue Prius.
Either a red or blue.
Yeah.
No, are you
He's
talking
a
about,
really nice guy.
are you talking about the house with the car that's parked in the backyard?
Yeah.
No, there's 3 back, the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. There's 3 cars in the backyard.
There's 3 cars in the backyard, is it plated?
Oh, I don't know.
We're going back there.
I know,
I'm not interested.
Go back.
I know it's at.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I'll have him go by and take a look at it though.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the second or third house,
Yeah.
right by the stop sign, so.
Okay. You found-
I'm done, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input.
Absolutely. Any other public comments?
Becky,
Check your
My
phone.
phone.
Check your phone.
Okay, I'll check my phone.
Why are you whispering?
Oh, public service announcement, thank you. Tomorrow is the deadline for your campaign finance report at noon. I thought it was today. So I got it in today. You can email it to them. So if you need to do that, don't forget. Thank you very much. I think you've had a question.
I had another 2 questions from someone in my district.
Okay.
And I think we touched base on it a little bit, but in case this gentleman is watching,
Yes.
I want to know that I did address it since it was brought to my attention.
The house with the container?
Pardon me?
The house with the container?
Yes, the shipping container. I think that he has brought the shipping container in due to not having a garage, and he works on cars. I mean, I don't know this from a personal thing, but I just think that that was his way of keeping his yard tidy.
Right.
I don't know that, but my person in District 2 wanted to know if, we were addressing that at all, or if, what we were doing in case, I think it's the only one in Southport.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's something that we brought up at the ordinance meeting. Right now, we don't have an ordinance where you cannot have it. Tony's been by there. He did have a couple infractions in the back of that yard where the hills of dirt and that kind of stuff that I know Tony addressed with the notice. I'll have to check to see where he's at with that,
Okay.
because I haven't talked to him since I was out last week. But the shipping container is something that we'll look at in the ordinance meeting and see if that's something that we want to address with an ordinance or something like that. But right now, because I know he talked to somebody from Indianapolis. In Indianapolis, they cannot have them, but Southport doesn't have that. So there's really anything I can do.
and the other thing, and this was back in December, I think it was, but it was like when you guys were on vacation. Flags at the end of McLaughlin, like they were looking for like utilities or someone, do you know anything about anything that was going on down there?
No.
Okay,
What do you mean, like?
like utility flags, like
Marking
here's
gas,
this,
on
yeah.
it, okay.
No.
Sometimes when a resident might contract, and correct me if I'm wrong, like to fix their sewer or something like
Yeah,
that.
there was, this was like at the corner of McLaughlin and McFarland,
Right there where the guardrail.
where the guardrail keeps getting
Oh.
smashed.
Okay, maybe they're gonna do something with that, I don't know.
And I don't know if they're still there, I haven't looked, it just came to me.
Okay, I'll go by there on my way home.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Anything else?
That's it for me, it's a wrap.
Any other public comments? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
You know, I would love to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
We have a motion.
And I second that one.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley.